Thank you for being here. You know, I appreciate you. I'm going to do the intro while YouTube notifies people, and hopefully it does. Hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? The crazy. Knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part is not caring too much about beauty community standards. Hey, Janet, you set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what they're telling you in whatever video that you're watching. Wear what you want to, however you want to, with whatever tools you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. The bottom line here is self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features. Hey, Grace, enhancing them when we want to, if we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's what the Crazy Troll Nation stands for. I don't think Alexandra is here because when I came in, well, maybe now, when I came in, it said 0 people. I'm putting these on because my concern is that they might have dried out, and I do need to use these more. I have been using the other ones, trying to use them up more frequently. Well, yeah, I've been trying to, two things about me. Sometimes I curse because sometimes I curse. I'm trying to get these things off here. And there's an organism that lives in my throat that likes to randomly hiccup, gurgle, and belch. I try to be aware of it. To say, excuse me, his name is Bruce. I don't know if I said that. These are drying out. Dang. Yes, I don't know if they're going to do anything because they're drying out. Today we're going to go over in January. And I did just put lotion on my fingers, and so I'm having trouble getting this out of here. These are the expensive ones, which is why I do need to use these more. For a 15 pair box at Ulta, they're $40. I didn't get them from Ulta. The live stream, and y'all were like, wow, like I see a difference. But they're expensive, so I haven't been using, but I do need to. So I'm sitting here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 palettes. 17 if we include CC Beauty, which is what I used for Skinny Queen's Jean Simmons Kiss look that she had wanted me to do. And I was confused by this. Of course, everything I have is a we know that these are dry. I don't even know if they're going to do anything. I was confused because I remember I kept saying oil-based, oil-based, oil-based paints, right? Hey, Alexandria. And I went on Amazon to send a link to Mare because they like playing with paints too. And on Amazon, it says it's water. It says it's a cream paint. And so I was just like, but on the back, it does say this CC Beauty painting palette is non-toxic oil-based face and body paint. So it really is oil-based. It says on here is oil-based. Amazon says it's a cream. So I said corrected again. So of course, yes, this is a keeper. We have a lot of Natasha Denona. And y'all know I only have, excuse me for smacking, y'all know I only have like 11 brands. So y'all will see the same brands. And I wonder if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to continue doing this every month. I mean, I know we love talking about makeup. But every month is going to be like Natasha, Pat, Mac, Lethal, Notoriously Morbid. What else? I have one from The Love of My Life, one from Makeup by Mario, and one from Selling Cosmetics. So, like, would y'all still want me to keep doing these every month, even though it's going to be like the same brands every month? So that's a question for y'all to let me know. So we do have a lot of Natasha, the ones that I refreshed. So those were new until I dug my grubby brushes in them in January. And there's almost a handful of Lethal. And we have a MAC and Notoriously Morbid, and you know. So is this something that y'all will want me to continue doing each month? Is doing the roundups. Hello, Hunter. Hey, Eden. It's always so good to see you. Our troll from the Netherlands. Us trolls are adorable people. I appreciate you being here and being one of my official troll kin. So this we know is definitely a keeper. I think I am going to do, I don't know, man. I'm thinking I am going to do a yellow look for the monochromatic collab on Instagram. But it's only, this in person looks to be lime green. And looking at the description on Amazon and on the back of the palette, it says 22 regular colors, 8 pearlescent colors, 6 fluorescent colors. The fluorescent ones are UV reactive, and it said it was 6. And so I think is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think these are the UV reactive shades. And as far as the pearlescent, these are the metallics that are down here at the bottom. And so I didn't realize that these were UV reactive, which would explain why that looks to me like it has some green undertone to it. This is a more pale yellow. And so, but I was excited about that. This gray from doing that look for Skinny Queen does have a dip in it. Is it, you see that hole in there? Goodness gracious. And the white and the black would have a hole in it too, except it's so much of it. But y'all do see the grooves in the white and in the black. So I was going to do a look earlier. Today was an up and down day for me. Y'all know what? My under eyes are burning. I hope the other ones I have are still good because they were expensive. So this other pair that's sitting here, let's just open them just to see. So, you've been in training for a new role at work. Congratulations for your new role. Oh, these are good. That's a shame. I'm going to put these on. And I can tell you that these are good because look how these look. And look how these looked. And look at these. Yeah, so these were dry, and that's why they were burned. So we're going to put these on. So hopefully that means that the other ones I have are good as well. That's strange, because they came from the same box. Ooh, and that does feel better. And it has some slip to it. So yeah, these are good. So now we know if the white or clear eye patches are looking yellow, they're not any good anymore. Yeah, I'm struggling with this one. So I may do a look after this, but I kind of doubt it. It was an emotionally up and down day, and I'm trying to fit everything in this week that I want to fit in as far as doing lives. Well, not lives, but lives and videos. And I don't think everything is going to fit. I'm definitely trying to. Where's my boo thing? Hey, Haywood. Hello, Victor. Am I missing anyone? Let me put this on all messages. So should I continue doing the roundups every month? Because it's going to be the same brands. Unless y'all just want to hear me like drool all over my palettes. We're going to do Natasha first just to put her away. Because we have a lot of Natasha. We have a lot of Natasha this month. And we're going to have a lot of Natasha because we have a lot of Natasha. Thank you, Janet. Excuse me. So let's start with the larger ones. I can put CC Beauty away. I'm trying to decide like if I want to. Excuse me. Is that where that goes? I don't know if that's where that goes. So let's start with the large ones because then we'll put them away. Am I going to rank them? Damn, that's always a hard question if I want to rank them or not. So we have 5 lethal BYOPs, 1 Notoriously Morbid, a partridge in a pear tree, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Natashas, 2 Notoriously Morbid, and 1 MAC. Y'all know what my goal has been for everything to be top tier, but then I'm like, is that realistic? Because I like different things for different reasons, and then my mood can change from one day to the next day. One day I might be like, oh, this is my favorite, and then the next day I'm like, this other one is my favorite. But I do want everything to be my favorites, and so, and I doubt that everything will be a favorite, and I'll tell you why when we get to it. So the larger Natasha's, I think we used this twice. One was for Michelle's look. Y'all know this is, why that look ducking like that? Why does this look like that? Wait, why? Look, why is that looking like that? What happened? But y'all know this is top tier. Doing the look that Michelle requested with this, that was look 32 with Circle Loco. I friggin' love this palette. This will always be top tier for me. And it excites me. The color story excites me because I think about, okay, what else can I do? Because this is not a typical color story. And believe it or not, quite a few of the looks I saw with this were monochromatic looks. And I'm like, out of all these wonderful bold colors, you're going to do a red look. You're going to do an orange look. I'm like, really? You're going to do a blue purple look? I'm like, what? Do something different. But I really love this because it excites me because it's like, oh my gosh, like what else can I do? And I like all but one look that I did with this. And it was actually for a collab with me and two other people. And none of us liked the look that we did. And we did looks by rows. I think mine was the top, one had the middle, and one had the bottom. None of us liked our look. None of us liked our looks. And it was hilarious. But this will always be top tier for me. Do I want to leave them out the wrinkle? I don't know. We'll leave it out for now, and then we'll figure that out. I wanted to do the collab look, the look for that with Mare this week because I said I can post as early as next week. Well, no, I said the week of the 16th, I think. But it's like I just want to get stuff done, and then it's like I don't know. Leela, my refreshed Leela. Oh man, my face lit up. I really like this palette. I really like this palette, but it's not one that I don't want to say easily pick up, but it wouldn't be my first choice. Like I have to make a conscious effort, like use Leela. You haven't used it in a while, and that's because of the color story. And y'all know I love this formula, so it's not anything about the formula. But like where Circle Loco, how it excites me because of color story. Some people said it's chaotic. Circle Loco means crazy circus, so it's supposed to be that. I mean, it fits what it is. But this is just kind of like, okay. But I do love it because I do love the formula. So this will be top tier. It won't be the tippy top like Circle Loco. And it does mean something that this is a newer one because I did repurchase during the sale before my no buy started. And that says a lot when I repurchase something. Her formulas do turn on me at around the 3-year mark. And so that's why I refreshed some of these palettes. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. Xenon. And I did decide not to switch out shades from palette to palette because if I do decide to sell it, it's easier if they just want this color story in this palette. They have this color story in this palette. Excuse me. And so I'm not going to swap colors. So this is going to be how it is. It is a pretty palette. I'm not a huge fan of the sparkling foil shades because to me they just look shiny. I don't remember which is which, but this one is super shiny. This one is super shiny. This is like not a color, it's white. It looks like a off-white gray. This is a dusty gray. It looks like it's a white. This is another gray. So it's just like, But this excites me as well because it causes me, just like with Circle Loco, what can I do with this? Because y'all like, girl, it's a great base palette. But I have gotten at least 7 different looks out of this palette where a lot of people I've heard, they said they only got 2 looks out of it. And I always say, so forgive me, because y'all that are here now, I think have heard me say it probably 29 times. If you do the same things every time, then yeah, your looks are going to be the same. And so that's why this challenges me. It's like, what else can I do? What can I do that I haven't done? What can I do that's going to give me a different look than the ones that I have done? And so the looks I have done, some were graphic and, some were just regular. But I really like them all. They were all different. All of them were different. They were not similar. They were completely different. And so this motivates me to do something different, to do something new, to do something fresh. And so that's why I really do like the Xenon palette. We're going to skip to bronze because this one, this is Bronze, Bloom, Retro Glam, and Yucca palette. This has a and so I don't even want to call it the bronze palette. Or I could call it, okay, we got Bloom, Bronze, Retro Glam, and Yucca palette. So we could say BBRW palette. Because this has some of everything in it. And the look I did with bronze palette in January was with my bronze bloom palette. And then, I did some more swapping and mixing, and this is what we have. And so I haven't done a lot of looks with this yet, but I am excited to. But the bronze look we did in January, I did like the look. But it was, a little basic, maybe smoky, I don't remember. But, and I did apologize to Tanya on my community tab because she was saying she was looking at my Yucca palette that's in my Macari store that I had mixed up with a bunch of shades. And I'm like, it was only one shade because I remember my previous Yucca palette. I had only swapped one shade out, and it was for, it was that top corner light blue shade. And because I had forgot I moved stuff around. And so when I looked at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this palette got like how many different other palettes in here. And so I I posted the link to the Macari listing and did a public apology to Tanya when she was saying, it had all these different colors. I'm like, I didn't swap out, I only swapped out one. No. But it is really pretty. And when I look at it, I'm like, that is my color story. Even having swapped a lot of the shades, I'm just like, I still like how it looks. And so in the back of my mind, I'm like, do I want to take that out my store? But it's going to stay in there until at least after the no buy. And hopefully it will sell by then, because then that will settle that for me. And so, but this is my BBRY Natasha palette. I really like it. This is definitely my color story. And it's exciting because it is different. You see I put all the metallics down here. And there's a few sprinkled around. But yeah, I'm excited to do looks with this. And maybe I'll do like a week of whatever for this palette. I'm not sure yet. There's so many things I want to do. And it's just impossible to like do them all. So I don't even know how to rank this one yet because, based on color story, definitely top tier. It's definitely my vibe. But I haven't used it yet to be like, oh yeah, I did the looks and I really liked how they were. You know what I mean? And so that is that one. I'm putting that Lila plastic back in there. So we also have, this is going to be short tonight, the Glam palette. Again, I'm not going to move shadows around. This is how it comes. And I took this away with me to my second cousin's cheerleading competition because I know whatever I do with this palette is going to look nice. Everything does show up. Some stuff shows up just more as a faint color with shine than other stuff. But regardless of what I do with this, it's going to be pretty. Everything just kind of blurs together, just runs together. And so I do like this palette. I don't like that there aren't shade names. The shade names are like center eyelid, blend, lower lash line, crease, corner, transition. I don't like that. And I do imagine it's helpful for people newer to makeup. And for people who have deeper skin tone, she did a different configuration to show how they could, switch the shadows so they can still use center lid and, outer corner transition. I'm just like, we got to do all that just for it to fit how we wear our makeup. You know what I'm saying? But I do like this. And for me, this is top tier. And this formula I like too. This is one of her older formulas. Everything just works and they're not messy. Everything shows up. Hey, Alicia. And so I do feel like Natasha is going to be one of my brands, one of my main brands as it is now, because I don't have like a whole lot of brands. This is a repurchase. I purchased the first one when the Huda Beauty Empowered palette came out. And I did one eye with this, one eye with that one. And I did 2 different videos like that. And the Huda Beauty one, the looks were a little deeper, but I like this formula better. And so I had returned that one. And then I felt like I don't want to keep this one just because I liked it better than that one. I want to keep what I like just because I like it. You know what I'm saying? And so part of me felt like I didn't give it a fair chance. And why is this? That's from the sponge tip when I swatched it. That's a dual chrome. Excuse me for that glare. You know what this looks like? This looks like Fire Opal highlighter from House Labs. How it's yellow and then it's orange. So I got it again, and the looks I did were okay. And I know I can make it deeper, and I think I intentionally didn't go too dark. If I'm not mistaken, what I did was one look each eye with similar colors, because we know she does a thing how these 2 look the same, it's just a different undertone, right? This one looks like that one, it's just a different undertone. And we know that she does that. And so I kind of did, if I'm not mistaken, that's what I did, using the similar colors, just different undertones, one this eye, one that eye. Now watch it be that I didn't even do it that way. But I do appreciate that she does that, because then there's something for everybody. You know what I mean? And I do like this palette. I am grateful for this deep shade, and I'm also grateful that it does not irritate my lids, because she does have carmine in her palettes. Sometimes my lids have trouble with carmine, sometimes it doesn't. And I think it has to do with how much is in it. But how much is in it, I don't know. I just know if it bothers me or not. This one didn't irritate my lids, and so I'm thankful for this shade. This is not that dark, so that was disappointing. But I am thankful for this one, this, and the black. Most particularly the black and this one, because then I can just deepen up a look if I want to with those. Everything does work. Nothing in here is messy. So yeah, this is a top tier as well. This is a dual chrome. When I look over here, I see green. When I look where I'm looking now, and I see green. When I look where you are, it's like a reddish. This is what I see in person with this corner shade. Oh, y'all see my uncle in my refrigerator? That's my first cousin's dad that passed away a couple of years ago. Hey, Grace. But yeah, this is what I see in person, and then it turns pink. So this is going to be a keeper. Yeah, it was so sad. I told her, yeah, it's been... No, he passed in 2024. But it seems like yesterday, probably because I see him every day. You know what I mean? The non-dramatic Natasha Denona Eye Sculpt Texture and Tone Palette. This is not dramatic. And I realized that it's a me thing. And I say that because I was watching somebody who is maybe 2 hairs deeper than me. She has this, and she was talking about, oh my gosh, this is so dramatic, and the shades are so deep and so bold, and they're so pretty. And I'm like, girl. And then I'm like, okay, it's preference. And when I think back to the other look she does mostly like natural makeup, you know, soft glam makeup. And so I said, yeah, if that's what she does to her, this is dramatic, where because I like dark and I like bold, this is barely that, because it's only this shade that's dark and these 3. So yeah, so I had to keep that in mind, that it depends on your preferred aesthetic on whether or not this is dramatic. But for me, this is not dramatic at all, but it is pretty. I do like the formula. I don't think this is going to be one of my top palettes, and I thought it was going to be a replacement to me for Biba. And maybe because I had Biba for so long and I had it twice, I think my mind is still just stuck on Biba, because this does have more shades. There were no exact dupes between this and Biba, because I did swatch him out. There were no exact dupes. But it was just, it was just something about Biba that I just loved. And so I think I need to just accept this for what it is. And once I do that, I think I will really like it and maybe even fall in love with it. And that happened with me with another palette where I was like, oh, but such and such. But when I looked at it and used it for what it was, then I really started to like it. And so I think that's what's going to happen with this one is just accept it for what it is and stop, wanting it to be what it's not. You know what I mean? So that's a me thing as well. And so right now it's not top tier. Maybe one day it will be. Time will tell. I did pull for this a few times just for, I think we might have used this one for one of those glam looks or a member's request or something that I had. Um, so this may just be a palette to pull for stuff I don't know. Now what's concerning me is just looking at it right now. This right here, that to me looks like hard pan. And I was just looking at that like, wait a minute. And hard pan is not the end of the world, but I'm looking at that like, yeah, that looks like hard pan to me. And that's how that Notoriously Morbid shade looked. And I did mention that they did give me partial credit. The actual owner of the brand, sent me an email, which I was very surprised because I had never heard from her before, just like other people. But anyway, so those are my Natashas that I used this month. My MAC palette I used, this was for the monochromatic collab. It's the long title, so I'm gonna just say monochromatic collab. I ain't gonna say the whole title. And one of the colors was red. And I'm like, oh, perfect palette. Even though this is not just all red. And so, and I do recommend these connecting color palettes from MAC. Is this one, which is Future Flames. There's Unfiltered Nudes. And there's Hi-Fi Color. And Unfiltered Nudes is a good, I don't want to say dupe for Subliminal, because it does also come down to preference and formula. But if I had to recommend one or the other, I would say get the MAC one. Number one, it's less expensive and you get more colors and it's more variety. But that's just me. But this one is not just a red palette. I've done quite a few looks with this and they've all been really different. So even though, you look at it and be like, oh, it's going to be white. I mean, not white, red and tan. You have a lot of other shades in here. Most of them are in the red family, but the tones are different, the textures are different, and I just love this formula. So this is definitely a top tier for me, and MAC shadows last a long time. So from Notoriously Morbid, Path of the Dark Side. This is the one I ordered pre-order in September. And they said it was going to start shipping out in October. This came to me January this year. So October, November, December, January. And my thing was, okay, we say it's going to start shipping out in October. I emailed in like November sometime, and they were waiting on ingredients or whatever. But I'm just, and I did say this before, and I do love the brand, so I feel very conflicted sometimes. If you're going to say when you're going to ship it, to me that says you already have the ingredients because this being from the Notoriously Morbid side, they hand press these shadows. And so if you're waiting on one ingredient, that's going to hold up everything. And so in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, if they know already when it's going to ship, that means they have all the shadows, well, all the ingredients. No, they didn't. They said they were waiting on ingredients. So I was just like, yes, I ordered it September pre-order. Supposed to have started shipping in October, and I got it in January. And I do sometimes feel extremely conflicted about the brand because I do love the brand because they are my vibe. And even though there's other indie brands that are my vibe, they use pressed pigments, which means I can't use them. And so, the Notoriously Morbid is kind of it for me as far as this aesthetic. And Selling Cosmetics closed down. They also fit my aesthetic too. But this is a pretty palette. I do like it when I seen, and this is a re-release. This came out initially years and years ago. And when I saw it, I'm like, ooh, I want to get that one. And so I did, and I'm glad that I did. And it's really nice. This one, I do like the formulas. Nothing looks to be chunky, monkey, or flaky. This one to me worries me because it's looking like it wants to come off the side of the pan. But it's not flaky and it's not loose. But like something over here just doesn't look quite right. How about clarity? I did look it up, but I don't remember. I don't remember like if they use pressed pigments or not, or what I thought about their color story. I do remember looking it up though. I just don't remember what I saw, which probably makes no sense. But I will take a look at that again. But this, I do like this palette. This one just looks weird in a way that it looks like it's not connected to the pan, which it is, because if it wasn't, it'd be falling out of the pan. But this is a really pretty one. I like the formula in this one. Nothing in here is really messy. This one looks like it would give a lot of fallout. That's a dual chrome, because this is what I see in person, that orange tone, and then it's a red. But I do like this, and I like that they usually do have dark tones in their palettes, or at least the ones that I buy. So that was that. The other Notoriously Morbid one, they asked if I wanted to receive the Closing the Circle collection, and it did come in this box, and I still have the it was 6 loose shadows, and 2 of these in here were gifts with purchase from something. And then there's a planchet. If you just ordered the planchet, it came with a shadow in it, but if you order the collection, it doesn't come with the shadow in it. So like, what do you do with it? So I was kind of just like, oh, I was like, did I break it? No, it's magnetic right there. But so you just order this, it come with a shadow in it. But if you get the collection, it don't, and you can't put one in there because they're loose powders. But I did press them. 2 of them I had an issue with. They didn't want to stay pressed. That's what the issue was. So I did put them back into the container it came in. And these are the ones that did stay pressed. One of these is one of the gifts with purchase. One of the shades, why you see a lot of red in here, that's one of the ones that didn't want to stay pressed. And so it just got everywhere, and I didn't feel like going through and cleaning it out because I'm still just going to use it. But I did a look with these and the other 2, and I really did like the look. This is definitely my color story. This that I took out, this is Lethal's Y2K water activated eyeliner. And so I'm like, I'll just stick that in here. So if I do just want to pick this up for a look, I seldom use black eyeliner, but hey, it's in here. And so I do like these. 2 just didn't want to stay pressed. And so I was kind of like, And so, but yeah, this, I want to say this is top tier because of the color story. And it is easy to use. And even in its powder form, it is easy to use as well. So there's that one. And Merry Mean one from the Notoriously Morbid. So we had 3 from them. I forgot about. For some reason, I was thinking this was the Selim Cosmetics one, and I think because this one and Rose from the Dead, they both have a white border, and so does Grunge Life. So when I see this, I keep thinking it's Selim Cosmetics, and it's not. I don't know why this is messy. Like there's like, I don't know. It's probably something on here, shadow on here. But this one is Merry Mean one. I remember I was so excited when I first got it. The first look I did with it was the Grinch look. There are a couple multi-chromes in here. This one looks like it wants to be hard pan, but it's not. That's what I was just looking at. But this is a nice color story. It's a lot of light shade. Well, not really a lot of light shades because it's really just these 4 right here. But I do like the color story. It is what you see on the outside. And to me, it's a fun palette. I don't remember the look I did with it in January, but I remember that I liked it. It's pretty cool. And I like the formula in here. This one looks like that other shade. What palette was I just looking at? This one has a... Am I tripping? They are different shades because it has a different shift. So I'm looking at this one. Yeah, y'all, these be tricking me. Because when I look here, when I look in person, this is what I see, that green. And then it's this color. And so that sometimes I get thrown off because I'm like, okay, what am I looking at? And this one, it looks gold and then it turns red. So no, they're not the same. But it's like, excuse me? What's happening? Which is a common theme for me. Huh? What? Yeah, I'll be like, I don't know what's going on. But I do really like this palette. I like the color story. It's fun to use. And the formula is decent. This one, though, I'm just curious about that one. But I think it just looks like that because of the tone and whatever the shadows are that's in there. I feel like I'm low energy today. I'm feeling a little off. I think I'm just sleepy. But I do really like this palette. Working down at the Playhouse, it did. I fell asleep. I was watching my live last night. I fell asleep because when getting up at like 10 something, 10:45 Sunday morning, it threw me off, and so I'm just kind of like, And so I want to get stuff done. I did go out and do errands today, and went to UPS to drop off a Macari purchase. My Circle Loco sold, and Chick-fil-A. The second Monday of each month, they have Military Monday from 2 to 5 where you get a free chicken sandwich. And so in my travels, I went to 2 different ones. I got my free chicken sandwich. So I had one for lunch and one for dinner. The rest we have are Lethal Cosmetics. And I wanted to make sure that I used these last month because our members exclusive live stream this week, we're going to be swatching our lethals and figuring out what we're going to keep and what we're not going to keep. Because when I did a look with Candyland, it wasn't Candyland. Yeah, it was Candyland, I think. Because I'm looking at these colors. This is UV reactive, so is this one. So I know these are keepers. But this is a light palette. And I was just like, I don't think to use this palette. This is another one like Leela where I have to be like, use this one because you haven't used it in like over a month. And I do like the looks that I do, but it's just not my preferred aesthetic. And you can see why, because it's just a light colored palette. And so, dare I say, if these two were not here, I would just declutter the entire palette. But I know I want to keep these because they're UV reactive. But we're going to swatch them and figure out between this one and my other BYOPs, like, are we still going to keep everything or not? Because even if I just keep these two out of here, that means I need to take something from somewhere else out to put these in there. Unless I just put these in a palette like this and just have these two by themselves. And I do, so my lethal I have in my store now, in my Macari store now, I deactivated it for when, if I do move stuff around, and then just add to that listing. So that was Candyland. This is, I have two different rainbows. We have Rainbow Orchid, and that is what this looks like. The look I did with this, I really liked it. And some of these are duplicate shadows because sometimes I just wanted a certain color story. And so, and that's new for me because I used to be like, I don't want any dupes in my collection or in my stash. And here I am like intentionally doing dupes. And so that's something else too. And then I looked at their larger blank palettes and thought maybe if I just put them all in there, hey, Michelle. And then I was like, but I don't want to have like this huge palette with everything just there because I do like just picking up a palette, 12 shadows, 15 shadows, and then just doing a look. I don't want to look at like 50 something shadows because 9 of these 12 pens, that's 108 shadows. I don't want to pick up a palette and have to choose between 100 something shadows, like what to do. Like that, to me, that just even feels overwhelming to think about. But I do really like this palette. I do. I think I might have in habit somewhere else, but I kind of want to say I doubt it because why would I want another light shade like that? You know what I mean? But yeah, quite a few of these I have in other palettes. And so then it's like, do I want to not have dupes, which would mean, again, going through and changing stuff up. Because y'all know I'm easily confused. I'll be confusing my damn self. So that's Rainbow Orchid. This is Rainbow Shore Burt. And this is what this looks like. This is the one, I'm going to keep this as it is for sure. This is the one, and all of these were on clearance. And I laid out all of my lethal palettes, my BYOPs. And when I would click on a shadow on their clearance page, if I didn't have it, because I would look and be like, I don't have that one, I would put it in my cart. That's how I got all of these. And when I put it together, this is a cohesive palette. Why did I say that like that? I don't know. And so this looks like something that somebody would buy. But I was thinking, like, if I swatch, these only swatch one shade, even though they're marbled. So even though I just said this is a keeper for sure, I'm not sure. Because when I swatch these, like say I swatch this and I have two other just regular shades that's not marbled that look like this, then why do I need this one? Because it's pretty, right? And so this I believe is like a grayish tone. This is like a pink. And we have those. I have those. And so I look at it and say, yeah, it's a keeper. But then as I think about it, I'm like, I probably most likely have those shades. But we're going to see. When we do swatches, we're going to see. I'm going to tell you now, members, it's going to be a long video because I'm going to try my damnedest not to confuse myself, which means if I want to move something, writing down what palette it is, writing down the shadow, because the shade names are not on the back of these palettes. And so that's the thing, is I can't just, well, I could just pop it out, but then I'm not going to remember, I was looking for this, I'm not going to remember like what shadow it is, because they don't have, now watch me looking to be the shadow name on the back. Yeah, the shadow name is on the back. Yeah, I be talking shit. I be talking shit for real. Yeah. The shadow name is on the back. I be talking shit, y'all. So that'll help me. That will help me a lot. But they are really pretty. And I do think if I put these in my Macquarie store, I think somebody would buy it because they are extremely pretty, but it swatches one shade. It's not a multi-chrome. It's not a dual chrome. It's just one shade. That was funny as hell. That was funny as hell. I said, watch it be on there. Yeah. Oh my God. And I caught myself misspeaking when we talked about Pat yesterday when I was saying you went from a $100 billion brand. No, it was $1 billion brand. And I'm just like, girl, you just be saying stuff. But I be talking shit. So this is Autumn Vibes. And I put this in here because to me, this is autumn. So I did try to put them in the palettes that would kind of represent like what the color story is, and this is Candyland, so you just have all the colors. And so that was fun too, trying to, just match stuff up that way. So this is Autumn Vibes. I like this one. And I have a shade similar to this in at least two other lethal palettes. They are different shades. They do swatch a little bit different, but they serve a purpose in the palette that they're in. I don't usually use a shadow to blend out another shadow, but shades like this one, this tone for me, and from Lethal, they just blend stuff out, and it's just, and they're not really a color, so it just looks blended without adding color. And I found that I really like that. So yes, that's this palette. This is. That is Volant, this shade. I don't know why I was thinking. I don't think I have this in another palette. That's pretty. But I do like this one. This is basic, but I like this one too. Yeah, so our live is I think it's gonna be a long one when we do all these swatches and figuring out what to do with them. And seeing what may look like something else. And that's where I think I might kind of get confused. Is if, okay, we have some reds over here, and then I swatch this one from over here with that one and be like, okay, which was what type of thing? This is Motley. Was this one that you named, Janet? This one has a rich color story. This is definitely my vibe because it's swampy. And so I don't think I need to say much about this one. This one I look over here is like a yellowish. I don't know how to get it where you see it. When people do the mirror thing, it works, but when I do it, it don't. So this still just kind of looks the same in the mirror. But when I look over here, it looks different than, it's like a green something or other. Yeah, so that the mirror doesn't, oh, here we go. So this one right here in the mirror, what you see in the mirror, that's what I see in person. But then when I look where you are, I see like a pink. Ah, it finally worked for me. Wasn't talking shit that time, was I? But I like that one. So y'all, that's it for the palettes that we used in January. So if I will say this would be low tier. We're not going to rank because that would be another 20 minutes. This will be low tier. It serves a purpose, but I've been finding myself just pulling it when I just want a certain shade or a certain color or, you know, transitional, whatever. I don't feel drawn to this to just do complete looks with it outside of when I first did that. But I think, as I said earlier, I think I just need to get Biba out of my head and just accept this for what it is. So for right now, this would be low tier for that reason. This would be dream. I call it dream palette because it's not my dream palette. This I would put mid tier. For now, just because it is so many light shades. And so I can get it deeper with like this one and this and that. But even this is not dark, so that was disappointing. But I love the formula, you know what I'm saying? And so I know it's going to work. I know the look is going to be pretty. Oh, that top right shimmer is delicious. And this palette, this has a shift too. So look at this one. And then it turns red. It's green and red. This palette, Michelle? Where's the one I just had? Yeah, I don't think it was this one. There ain't no top shimmer in here. Yeah, I refreshed, well, not refreshed it, but before my no buy, I renewed quite a few. Like 4, 5, 4 of my Natasha palettes because I had it when it first came out and I didn't care for it. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just calm down and just get it because I do like the formula. I do have a playlist. All of these palettes I have a playlist for. My lethals are just in the lethal BYOP playlist, but all of these other palettes that have names, there is a playlist for. So I do have a playlist for Dream. And so that is so okay. So this would be low tier only because it does not call my name, but it does come in handy if I just want a quick pull. I'm like, oh, I need a tan. Oh, I know where to go to get a tan. And I probably need one because I know I'm pasty. This would be, is this medium or low? And it tricks me because in person it looks deeper than it is. Because when I use it, I'm like, we're going to put, we're going to put this, fuck it, we'll put this low tier. I wanted to say medium, but then I kept hesitating. Is this the one you're talking about, Michelle? The one that's green and then it's red? Hey, Locke. My eyes just started tearing. While we're on Natasha. I know this is top tier, even though I haven't done looks with it all mixed up yet. Because that's just my color story. It's just like all over the place. And I love it. And so it's going to encourage me and challenge me to work out a look with these colors. Because it's like, what the hell is this? These are just beautiful shades. The delicious shimmer with salmon from the lethal BYOP. Which lethal BYOP? Michelle, you know I need more help than that. All right, so I'm looking. I don't know. This one? Is that salmon? No, because you said it was a shimmer. That's not even a shimmer. Yeah, I don't know. Girl, you don't remember. And I don't either. And I'm looking at them. I still don't know. So I'm looking at the corner shades, and none of them don't look salmon in the corner. But we do know this is gonna be top tier, even though we haven't used it yet because of the color story. And then I'll do like 3 looks with it and be like, okay, this is low tier. But this is top tier because this color story is like, girl, what the hell? But y'all know, piece of lint. Y'all know we gonna work it out and do something. This is a grungy palette. This is a grungy palette because these shades. Whew, I watched the replay and comment on the video. Okay. Oh man. Glam, I'm gonna say is top tier because whatever I do is going to be nice and it's going to be simple. It's not going to be messy. It's going to look right and it's going to be easy to do. And that's why I took it with me because I'm like, I could just slap stuff anywhere and it's going to be nice. Oh, my face is cold where those iPads were. And so this is top tier, not because of the color story, because it's pretty, period. And it's easy and it's simple. It's not messy. And that means a lot because y'all know I don't like dealing with no messy shadows. Xenon is top tier because it motivates me and encourages me and excites me to be like, what else can I do that's different? And that's why I love this palette. And I am excited to get back to it. Leela, we're gonna put Leela mid tier only because she don't call my name. She don't call my name. Like I have to consciously be like, oh, Leela, how you been, girl? I ain't seen you in a while. Let's take you out on a road trip. But I liked it enough to get it again. Again, the formula. I love the formula. And it's not just a purple palette. You know, you have some, you want to do lighter tones, you can deepen it up with this one shade over here. But this is really bold, and so is this one. And there's a couple dual chromes in here. This one is a dual chrome. This one is a dual chrome. But on the eye, though, it's not much because it just goes from that to this. So it could just look like the light is just making it look lighter or darker. And so this one doesn't flip too much. But this one, yeah. There's another dual chrome somewhere because there's 3. Cyclone. This is a dual chrome as well. When I look at it in person, I see this right here, which is an orange. This one right here. And then it's a pink. But they don't really show up. Hey, Justin. But they don't really show up that bold on my eyelid. Anyway, go bold or go home. We don't come to play. That's right. Tell them. Did I say this was top? No, I said that was mid tier, right? Y'all already know top tier with Circle Loco because it is just a lot of freaking fun. It's a lot of freaking fun. Did y'all watch the halftime show? I was just thinking of that, Justin, when you said go big or go home. I didn't even know. I remember yesterday saying I didn't even know who he was, who Bad Bunny was. And so he has a YouTube channel. So I watched the halftime show. Y'all, that was like a street festival block party. His show, I'm sitting here like, and I do like, Latin music. So I know how to, salsa and all of that stuff. But I was really sitting here grooving and I'm like, damn, I ain't understand where he was saying, but it was a good show. And I didn't know till I was watching MSN Now, which used to be MSNBC, when they were talking about the halftime show, when they was like, oh, when he brought out Lady Gaga, I'm like, wait, who? I didn't even know that was her until they said that. I did not recognize her. And yeah, I had my glasses on. I was like, where was she at? I didn't know that was her. But yeah, this is forever going to be top tier. Period. With a T. So Path to the Dark Side. We're going to say top tier for this one because of the color story. And these aren't messy. And this is a dual chrome, which looked like one of the ones we had somewhere else. You just get to a point where, well, for me, even though I don't have a lot of different brands and I don't have a ton of palettes, I still be having stuff that look like something else. Top tier. Let me stop making faces. Y'all, the part of my life I did see before I dozed off after like 30 minutes. Excuse me, 20 minutes in, y'all, I was cracking up. The faces I was making and my body language. Talking about that pet stuff. I was like, damn, I'm funny. But this is top tier because it's just fun. There's nothing in here. Is there something in here that's challenging? I want to say this one is flaky. That's a pretty shade. So it's green and then it's not. This is the fun palette. And the looks are not just green. Might be some variation of green, but that was cracking myself up like, girl, why are you making them faces acting like that? Because it ain't make no sense. Huh. Yeah, maybe somewhere else. So this is top tier too. We have a lot of top tiers, which is good. Top tier. I do highly recommend these palettes. If I'm not mistaken, I did one eye with this and one eye with Sunlit Seduction. And people thought this one was Sunlit Seduction because of how rich these shades are. And I'm like, nope. This fooled people. And just like the Lethal, they thought the Lethal was Pat. Nope. I do recommend these, whether or not they're on sale when Ulta has their 20% off. Because this is a good deal for these shadows. And they're very smooth. They're not messy. Everything shows up. Easy to work with. I highly recommend the Connecting color. And there are 3 of them. Or get the Murphy ones. The Morphe ones. Because they took this design idea. You can't convince me that they didn't. But you know, that's what they do. It's not much that's new under the sun anymore. Especially with makeup. Motley. This is grungy. Top tier. And what's going to be ironic is if we change stuff when we swatch these out in our members live stream. All the vibes. I want to say top tier because of the color story. Lethal is another brand, just for me, just like Natasha. It just works. It's not messy. The colors show up. They blend easy. The looks are pretty. And this is that same look. You got the red and then you got the green, gold, or whatever. Yeah, we got that. But so this is top tier. I don't foresee me buying anything from Lethal anytime soon. They did just have a free shipping thing, but it's nothing I wanted and I want to know buy. This one, Rainbow Shorebird. This is beautiful. But I don't want to say top tier because this is a light palette. The deepest thing in here is this purple. But it's so beautiful. Like, this palette is beautiful. This is gorgeous. Is this the one you're talking about, Michelle? That salmon color up there? This is just a beautiful palette. And these were all clearance shades. And so I do feel sentimental about it. But I'm looking at it like... But we still going to say top tier. We got 2 more. Rainbow Orchid. We're just going to say top tier for all of Lethal. That's what we're going to do. They just work. They work. I don't have any problems. Is this that same purple shade? This is not. This is Exosphere. It's blue and then it's purple. This one right here. So it's purple, excuse me for the glare, and then it's blue. That's not the one in Rainbow Shorebird, but I know I have Exosphere somewhere else, though, for sure. No, that's not. No, this is Spirit. This is not even a dual chrome. This is called Spirit. But that purple looks like the purple shift in Exosphere. So we're just going to say top tier. And we'll work it out when we do our live stream. They just work. And that means a lot to me. Just having a shadow that goes on and shows up is easy to use and it's not messy and it looks so pretty. That means a lot to me. And I don't have to go through hoops, extra adhesives, and sponge tips and all of that. This is the only one where I'm just like, even though I just said that all Lethal are going to be top tier, it's not. This is going to be, I hate to say it, but this is going to be bottom tier because it just does not call to me. But I do know I don't want to be without these because these are UV reactive. So that I do know. But this just is not my color story. And I'm the one that put this together. What was I thinking? I was thinking it's going to be pretty looks. This one is marbled, was marbled. And it just shows up as like a pale green. And I think I wiped away most of the marbles. But it is pretty. These two right here, these shades are bold. We'll put this mid-tier. Those shades are like super bold. So mid-tier, we got Candyland, we got Leela, we got The Dream. And low tier, we got the Ice Sculpt Texture and Tone Palette. Top tier, Rainbow Orchid, Rainbow Sherbet, Autumn Vibes, Motley. I maybe mean to name it Motley if it wasn't you, Janet. Top tier, MAC Future Flames, Path of the Dark Side, Notoriously Morbid, Mary Mean One, Notoriously Morbid. Top tier, Circle Loco, Xenon, Glam, my BBRY palette for Bronze Bloom, Retro Glam, and Yucca. So that is it, y'all. What do y'all think? Like, is anything misplaced? Like, would you have put something somewhere else? Or are you like, girl, why'd you even get that? Because you know you like a different vibe? Or does everything like, yeah, I see why. So what do y'all think about that? You know, I'm gonna look to make sure nothing cracked. Those were my Natasha's. I was trying to put them away as a stat, which I should have known not to. Nothing ain't cracked. Nothing ain't shift. Okay. Yay. That was a loud clunk. So any thoughts? Anything? Bueller? 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 Oh, my one of my trolls a short that I did 2 years ago when I was showing my Pat McGrath palettes. I had them on the floor, and I had 7 at that time. I had 1 through 6, and I had Sunlit Seduction. And it popped up in her feed, and I was wondering if that was because of you, Michelle, because I remember before I was saying, like, a lot of my old videos are popping up, and you said that's because you've been binging my content. So I wonder if that was because of you. But she had sent me that, and I was just like, oh, man, like the memories, right? And I had them in number order on the floor, and I'm like, you know, Subliminal, Sublime, Subversive, Decadence, Bronze Seduction, Moonlit Seduction. No, Midnight Sun, and then Moonlit Seduction. And so I posted it on my community tab, and I forget what I said about it. And the first stand comment was people hating on Pat, and I'm just like, not here and not today. And I'm like, and y'all know, always say hate is such a strong word, and that's why I seldom use it. And just because somebody doesn't like something you like doesn't mean that they hate it. And so I forget what my comment was, but it was just like, it's preference. It's just makeup. And then somebody else commented something, and I'm just like, something like, you know, all this hate is coming for her. They just want to be like her. They wish they were her or something. And I'm like, it's personal preference. I said, it's just makeup. It's only makeup. It's personal preference. So then they commented back. And so they commented back saying, you're right, it is just makeup. But since the bankruptcy, you know, people are just crazy or something, she said. And as I kept thinking about, and I do think it's someone that doesn't watch my long form content or my live streams, because y'all that watch my stuff, like, y'all know where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? And y'all wouldn't even say nothing like that. Like, oh yeah, they just hating on because, like, y'all know we don't roll like that. You know what I'm saying? So when there's comments like that, I'm like, okay, they're not a regular. They're not a regular troll. They just come by every now and then, do a drive-by. Also, if they look at the date, they will see it's an older post. That reminded me, thank you, Locke. the first comment also said, yeah, and people hating on the brand saying all of them are pink palettes, all of them ain't pink palettes. And so part of my comment was, you see, I didn't buy any of those. one, 1 through 5, they were the 1 through 3. Number 1 is the OG motherships. Decadence was different, colorful. Brown Seduction, basic. Midnight Sun, grungy. And then the next one I had was Moonlit Seduction. I didn't have Utopian Dream, Divine Rose, Petalmorphosis wasn't out there, whatever. So I told her, I said, it looks like it's no pink because I didn't buy none of those. So if you even think about it, and this is the thing, like when I read comments, I'm like, they're not thinking about what they wrote before they press send. Because there's near pink palette because I didn't have them at that time, and then I did get them, and then I decluttered them. So I said something like, yeah, I didn't get them, that's why you don't see them. But it has been since Divine Rose, it has been a pink theme. It just is what it is. So the second commenter, she did comment back, oh yeah, top tier because it's grungy. She said, you're right, it is just makeup, but since the bankruptcy, people are just acting crazy. And so I wrote her back saying, something. I didn't dog or anything like that, but I was just like, yeah, it's just preference. I think I might have just hearted her comment. So what I was thinking too was, because y'all know I be thinking about things, her saying people want to be her, something like that. I'm thinking, okay, wait. You mean to tell me people really want to be this person who is so far in high interest loan debt that they filed a bankruptcy and took out another loan to cover overhead until the bankruptcy stuff play out? You really think people want to be her right now? So it was, I'm going to just say it was stupid. But so when I think about it, the comments it's just stupid. Nobody want to be filing bankruptcy because they over their head in debt. The one company, the one lender was like, she owed $43 million. You think people want to be her right now? Anyway, so I did pin a comment saying, like, look, I don't remember what I wrote, but it was something like, makeup is makeup. It's a preference. If somebody don't like what you like, that don't mean that they hate it. For every person that loves it, there's somebody that's ambivalent about it or whatever. It's just preference. So just be respectful. And so I just, summarized that because I don't remember exactly what I wrote. But I'm just like, y'all keep that shit somewhere else. We don't do that here. And y'all know we don't do that here, which is how, again, I know that they're not viewers of my videos and live streams because they know we don't roll with no bullshit like that. Oh, they hating because of it. No. And if anybody talks shit, it's going to be me because it's my video or my live stream. And y'all can co-sign on it or not. But yeah, we don't roll like that. That we just be dogging. We don't do that. We don't. And so nobody want to be her right now, I don't think. I wouldn't want to be. Shit. Yeah, and it was 2 years ago. They didn't even have all the pink ones. and it's like when I do think about it, Locke, I'm like, it was just stupid. Because people they look at something and comment, but they don't think about what they're seeing and why. Yeah, there's no pink ones because they wasn't out then. Or they were, but obviously I didn't buy them. I went from number 5 up to number 10. So that's 5 I didn't get. 4. So there's 4 that I didn't get. But, Oh, I noticed when I watched it was eye candy, and then I thought I see no pink. Right. You don't see Divine Rose, you don't see Divine Rose 2, you don't see Utopian Dream, you don't see whatever the other one was. I don't even remember what the other one was. Because that would have been 6, 7, 8, and 9. Because Moonlit Seduction was 10. So that's 4 that I didn't get. Yeah, I didn't have. Yeah, exactly. There's no pinks. It's so hard to be like, yeah, people be hating on her. Talking about all her palettes are pink. They ain't all pink. I ain't buying none of the pink ones, boo boo. It just be so stupid. Like, all the motherships are beautiful, very true on preference. Exactly. And so it's like, thank you, Grace. It's about preference. And for everyone that's a stand, there's somebody else that's like, I don't care. And me personally, I am more on the side with the ones that say $128 palette ain't worth it. Thank you, Grace. I don't think they're worth $128 either. That's why I get them when they're 40% off. They're $77.40. So they're gonna say I'm hating now because I'm saying they're not worth $128? Because I don't think they are. It's a palette, it's makeup, you put it on, you take it off. Now, and if it was this immaculate tattoo, which I don't have any, yeah, that's going to be there until it starts to bleed out in like 40 years, right? But not for something I put on and just wash right off. I don't think they're worth $128. And I'm not a fan of the flaky celestial shades either. And some people love the flaky celestial shades one. But I don't think they're worth $128. But they are pretty, and I do enjoy them. Get them 40% off. Anyway. Your current top two are Subliminal and Divine Rose 1. And I keep wondering if I would get Divine Rose again. It is not at all my color story. But it's like the glam palette for me. It works. Everything shows up. It's going to be pretty. And it's not going to be messy. And it's a smoky palette. But I decluttered that because I had Xenon. And then the Mario Moonlight Ethereal, what the hell is this? Moonlight palette. So I have all the smoke. And then even now, like the love of my life, you know, I kept, you know, his composed cools. And so it just, I was like, so I was okay not getting that one again. And I remember saying that was my top mothership because it was like smoky. But then after a while, it was like, I got smoke. I got smoke without it being heavy as a brick. You know what I mean? So I would never travel with it. But I have traveled with motherships before if I was driving somewhere. Because I'm like, I ain't putting them on a plane. Because them shits cost too much for weight. But yeah, I don't think they're worth $128 either. That's why I get them on sale. So people that say that, buy the damn thing on sale, $77.40. And they last years and years. You want to have it 5, 6, 8 years. But yeah, but I was wondering, like, would I get that again? Like, just say if the sale is still going on and it does come back in April, like, would I get it? I have a feeling that I would, and then I'll be sitting here feeling like a clown because I know it's not my color story, but it was just so easy to use, and all the looks I did was pretty, and it wasn't messy, and so that's where that's at. True, when I look at Divine Rose 1, I'm not interested, but all the looks you've worn from it have been exactly, and it was like just quick and easy, like that look I did with this when I was away that I did the video for when I was at the cheerleading competition. I bust that out in like 10 minutes. I could do that with Divine Rose. So if I know I'm not going to have a lot of time to sit like something with Leela to think about because they're darker tones, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to put this where? Oh, I got to do extra blending, got to do this or that, or something like Circle Loco. I got to think about those. I don't got to think about glam. I didn't have to think about Divine Rose 1. And my lethal, I don't need to think either because they're so easy to use. But yeah, when I was looking at the looks, I'm like, wow, like, damn, this is pretty. And then I go looking at my Macari store. Oh shit, that's sold already. The only one still in there now is Subversive. All the other ones is gone. But yeah, I was looking at my store like, is that still in there? And also, I think part of it for me is when I was saying yesterday about the no-buy. Like, I am feeling it right now. Like, it's really just settling in after 2 months. That damn, you got 2 months left to do. And so I think part of me is just wanting something else. And so, yeah, a couple times I did look at my Macari store. And I'm like, oh, that's sold already. Fuck, okay. But I do wonder if I would get it again if it came back. And then would be the test of, is it the same formula after all this time? Like after you done left and then you coming soon and all of that. So that's the other thing. And I'm looking at my Yucca palette that's in there that has all them bloom and other shades in there. Because that palette is grungy looking. It's nice. It's really nice. And I priced it, I think, at like $28. Tanya said she was looking at it, but she wouldn't know what to do with it. But I told her if she wanted to message me first. Because y'all know I negotiate with y'all. And because I priced it at $28, like I would probably just price it at like $5 for her if she wanted it. Just so, you know, that'll cover shipping because Macari pre-print. It does the label for you, and so I would price it real low, and so she would just probably girls. Price is super low for my official troll Ken because they would basically just be paying for shipping. Hello. How are you today? We just finished up doing my recap of Welcome from India. I'm glad you're here. Don't hide. It's okay. We welcome everybody here. Yeah, we're wrapping up. We went through all the palettes that I used in January, and so we were just kind of chit-chatting about makeup news. But if you want to, though, feel free to watch the replay if you want to see the palettes that I used in January and what my thoughts are on them. But yeah, so I think that might be part of it too, is that it's really, I'm really feeling it, like, damn. And it's not anything else I want to buy. That's the thing. But it's just knowing, I think, is was getting to me. I'm not sure what's going on. And I don't even know if it's that, because I'm talking about we're going to be swatching and possibly decluttering some of my lethal. So it can't be me just wanting more if I'm in the process of possibly getting rid of stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm just in this weird place. I'm like I usually am, right? Y'all like, oh, you're always in a weird place because you're weird. I own it. So that'll be it for tonight, y'all. Yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Hey, Tanya, we about to wrap up, girl. I told them I did a public apology to you on my community tab. I forget what tomorrow is. I don't think it's a look, though. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. Did I miss someone? Oh, no, I think I said hi to them with a different part of their name, I think. All right, y'all, so we're going to go. Thank you for being here. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. Yeah, so that is that. We're not doing Medusa tomorrow. We are not doing Medusa tomorrow. You see me looking at my notes. We're not doing Medusa tomorrow. I know I keep saying that, but I'm trying to... Where is that? I know I wrote it down. For some reason, I don't... Is that... Are you sure, Tanya? That's what we're doing tomorrow? Yo, I am in such a weird place. I don't even know what's going on. We might be, though. That would be fun if we are. Anything we do is going to be fun. But we're going to go, y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for visiting from India. That was sweet. Oh, you were making a guess. Okay. Because, you know, I'll be like, what? But even when I think of stuff, I'll be like, what? I clouded myself earlier. I said something, and then I proved that I was lying. I was like, oh, damn. I was just talking shit. Not intentionally. But, hey, it happens. And part of the joy of accepting ourselves for who we are is, like, we can laugh at ourselves. So I'll speak for me. Being comfortable with who I am. Like, when I talk shit, I'll be like, oh, damn. Ha, ha. Yeah, that was funny. Like, gee whiz, girl, again. Like, just owning who we are. But, yeah, we're going to go. You will see me here tomorrow night. I'm really trying to think what we're doing, but I'm not going to spend time with that because when I get off, I'll look, and it is already scheduled. The next 3 lives are scheduled. One is the members only one. But we're going to go. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everyone who popped in to visit. Thank you to... Don't be so serious. I try not to, and it's a struggle because I'm just that type of thinker. You know what I mean? That's just how my brain goes. Like, I have to consciously not be serious because I just... even though I'm also goofy as hell, but yeah. So thank you for visiting me from India. Thank you, Eden, for being here from New Zealand. I appreciate that. Thank you, Grace, for the gifts. Thank you to everyone else who was here. I appreciate your time. And do let me know some kind of way, any kind of way, if I should still continue doing the monthly recaps. Because I know some people like them, and there may be new people that just want to hear about the palettes, but I'm just feeling like it's going to be the same brands every month. But anyway, we're going to go. You'll see me tomorrow night. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me tomorrow. Bye.